So very good morning to you on this Tuesday morning. What's the date today? Let's just see. 14th of April. Right, so we had a lovely Easter weekend at home. I managed to have a couple of days off, and now I'm at work today, so I'm coming live from Totally Beads Warehouse. I'm going to show you how to do these tiaras. This one is probably about 10-15 years old, and I got another one I made. So there you go, Sarah, I'm wearing the tiara. This one is even older. This one's maybe 20 or don't know. This is I made it a very long time ago. This one has just amethyst beads on it, and crystals, I think, or is that there might be amethyst as well, but just sort of a little decoration on the top. I was wearing this with a purple dress a long time ago. We were going to a wedding, and yeah, so making tiaras are really easy. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Joe. I'm going to try to sort of keep up with all your lovely comments today. This really easy technique, very similar to the technique what we did with the trees last week when I did it with Christopher. So you're going to be twisting and adding your pearls or crystals or whatever you decide to do with it. Also on the picture up on Facebook, that was good morning Bernie, good morning Murray, and good morning Lucy. What I added to the Facebook post, that was a hairpiece what I made for my cousin for her wedding a couple of years ago, because she's not really a girly girl, and she really wanted something just like a little hair decoration. So instead of doing a full tiara, what I did for her, I used one of these sort of hair cone pieces and just added like a little bit of decoration. You would do the same technique as you do on the tiara, but do on a little hair cone, and she had her hair up, and it was just sort of really nice sweeping around her bun. It did really look great. So there's loads of different things what you can do with this technique. Good morning, Judith. Good morning, Debbie. Love the tiaras. I made frozen one for my niece a couple of years ago. Net saying, love your tiara. Thanks, Net. Chris is saying, morning Kitty, hope you're well from South Wales. Ooh, good morning South Wales. Natasha saying, good morning, hope you're all good today. Yes, we are really good. Well, although we had a bit of an accident last night, but I will tell you that later. Jackie saying, good morning Kitty, hope you're keeping well. Good morning to you, Jackie, and good morning, Leslie. Yeah, so unfortunately there's no free PDF today because I haven't got written instructions up for this, but what I asked Simon to give you a couple of really good bundles on the website that make it worth for you to go and sort of check it out. This tiara is, I can't actually remember, this might be about 15 years old as well. So this has got this lovely hematite heart, and it's got some freshwater pearls on there as well. So I thought with the hearts you can do, you know, it doesn't have to be so much weddingy, but it can be anything you like. So we created a bundle on the website where you get 7. Look at the shine on this, and look at all the colors they come in. So this hearts comes in 7 different colors, and what we did on the website, they usually this would be £33, but you can buy the bundle today for $19.99. And we did another bundle on the website. So I thought, if I want to do hematite hearts, I want some smaller hematite beads. So we got a 3mm bundle for you. There are 10 strands in there, and normally they would be £25, but £15 today. And finally, we did another bundle, which these are still in bags. I didn't dare to open them because then I would have been lifting up these. So I wanted 4mm bicone beads. These are premium bicones, and I created a rainbow pack for you. Now, just a heads up, I will be using this rainbow pack tomorrow as well for the Facebook Live, doing a spiral staircase. So this again would be £25, but £15 today on the website, to go and check that out. And just to sort of give you a few more bits, we put the tiaras back on 3 for 2. So if you need any tiara band, they are there as well. And the hair combs as well on 3 for 2 as well. Don't forget the cheapest item comes free. So if you can even buy a couple of tiara bands and the hair ones, sort of a hair cone as well. It's entirely up to you. So the materials I will be using will be a silver strand of this lovely hematite beads, and the heart beads, a 3mm round in hematite, and I'm just going to use some crystals to sort of add a little bit of sparkle to it. The wire you would need, as you can see on this one, because this is really, really old, and the wire had darkened on it. So this was like, 15-20 years ago when I made this. They weren't high quality wires available, so you really had to use what you had. And now we do have non-tarnished wires available on the website. 0.3 or 0.4mm I would recommend. I think this one was done 0.3 and is a little bit floppy. The one on my head was done in 0.4, so it's a bit more sturdy. So it's just up to you what sort of look you want to go for. If you want a little bit of movement in it, especially if you do a hair cone going on the back of your head, and you want your spikes to go up and down as you walk a little bit, then use 0.3. If you want it more rigid, then use 0.4. So let me just see your lovely comments. Just come back here a little bit before I start making. I'm not sure whose are read at and whose are not, so just bear with me. Actually, I'm going to bring it up on the iPad here because it will be easier to read it. So comments on. Right. Paula saying good morning. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Jill. Good to see you. Hope you are keeping safe and well. Good morning, Kristen. She's saying morning, Kitty and everyone, where you may be. Good morning, Annette, and good morning, Paula. Hope you are well. Loving the tiara. Yes, I do love a tiara, and it's like, especially if you got granddaughters or or young children, that they will love. And actually, if Christopher was here with me, he would have a go because it's really easy to make. So he would have a go as well, creating this. Good morning, Dorothy, as well. She says this tiara suits me. Right, so without further ado, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you on a tiara band. So I'm gonna take my 0.4 wire. Now, a couple of things you can do. You can either add your beads before and then sort of just keep on wrapping. I like to just sort of take maybe 1.5 meters wire, and I add my beads as I go along, because then I can sort of tweak it what I am gonna put well. So when you look at your tiara band, obviously you don't want to start right at the bottom because you only want the decoration right at the top. So I would say, as a rule of thumb, if you think about it, like divide it into 3 equal lengths. You want the second you want to start at the second third here. Now all we're going to do first is going to secure our wire to the tiara band, and we're just going to put the wire on there, and we're going to twist it around a couple of times just to sort of give a nice beginning to it. So let me just twist it a couple of times and I'll show you what I did. About 3 or 4 wraps should be suffice enough. That's it. So I deliberately made this a little bit bigger. Obviously I would do this smaller when I'm doing it, but I'm going to pull the end in just a tiny bit and then cut it off. So straight away I hid the end of the wire under my wrapping, so you get a little bit more professional finish, and just cut it off and tucked in. So the next thing you're going to need to do is start adding your beads straight away. So depending on what pattern you want to do, I'm going to add I'm going to start with the crystal bead first. So I'm just going to add a crystal bead from the other side, let this go all the way down. Now measurements to your spikes, well, it can be differ how big you want it. I like to, when you do a tiara, you want it a little bit smaller on the sides, a little bit bigger in the middle, and again a little bit smaller on the other side. You can measure it with a measuring tape or a ruler. I like to do it by eye, and there is a little bit of a cheat in there because, like, I'm going to fold this over. So let's say I fold this maybe about 1 inch long. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to be twisting this around. Now, obviously, the more you twist it, the smaller the spike gonna become. Now, the uneven twisting is gonna come with practice, so don't worry about it if your one is not exactly sort of, you can always go back and tweak it afterwards. And then I'm gonna wrap it around one more time, so I'm just not straight going into the next spike because I want a little bit sort of the give and take in there. And now I'm gonna add a heart bead. Now the heart bead I'm gonna add it from the smaller end because I want it obviously sitting this in the right way up. So if you're using any shaped beads, just always make sure you're using it turned up the right way. So again, I'm going to take it down. Again, it's entirely up to you how long. I'm going to do just a little bit bigger than my crystal bead there. Then I'm going to take my wire to the back and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm just going to be twisting it. Now, when you're twisting it, make sure as you go along, you're always twisting the same direction. So your twist kind of sort of sit nice and straight. Just a few more twists as this one is a little bit longer. Just like that. So now I got my second little spike. And then I'm going to go along. I'm going to take this around one more time. Just like that, and add a next one. So because I got two bigger one, I want to add one sort of between it, a smaller one. So actually I'm going to come between the two spike and I'm going to add a little 3mm hematite bead there. Again, I'm going to take it all the way down. So now I want sort of less than an inch, just like that. And then I'm going to again do the same thing. I'm just going to twist it around. You can, if your spike's in a way, you can just sort of move them to the side while you're twisting. This is what really great about wire, that it's got so much give and take in it that you can bend it and reshape it. So that's it. So now we got 3 little spikes, and you're going to carry on all the way along until you fill up your tiara. Now there's a few things what you can do once you're finished. You can either leave them straight. I quite like to do them to take a round nose plier and give them sort of a little bit of a shape, just to shape them up to how I want it to sit. So if I show it to you like this way, it's sitting quite sort of straight. So I'm just going to go in with a round nose plier, and I want that to sit a little bit to the front. I want this to sit a little bit to the back. And again, the crystal I want sort of have a little bit of a curve in it. And then you can shape it to where you want to be. The other thing what you can do, you can make it sort of a little curly whirly pattern on it. And then I'm going to take my plier and just sort of wrap it around the round nose itself, just like that. I do it for the third one as well. Now, when you do a pattern like this, when you sort of curl your wire, you're gonna get, this is probably the best thing to do for beginners, because as you're curling it, you're losing the sort of the height of the wire itself. So if you're not sure of yourself, or if this is your first make, this is great, because as you're curling it, you can curl some of them more and you can curl other ones less, and then you can really get a really nice same height all the way along. But that's it, really all about it. So you're going to go along again and take this up, add another bead, twist it around, and that's it for your tiara. Building it all the way up. So a whole tiara probably would take me about 3 hours to make. So it's not, I like to take my time with it, so it's nice and safe, and even as well. Don't forget, at the front, you can always go sort of backwards and forwards with your wire, filling up these lovely gaps, even between, even if after you finished and you want to come back, you can come back. Just make sure that you go nice and neat between your twists. The other thing what you can do, once you're finished, you can come back and add a decoration on the front here. So that's meaning I can take sort of more of a flat beads, like I got this freshwater pearls here because they like a flat potato shape, so they got a flat side on one side. So I could add a decoration going all the way on the side after I did my spikes to cover up all the wire work if I wanted to. But there is loads of different, this is again where your I think creativeness comes out, because you could do whatever you like and there is no right or wrong. You can always tweak it, you can always go back and always sort of slightly bend it here and there or as well. So that's really how easy it is to do a tiara. Let me just see your lovely comments and I'll show you how to do the hair grip itself. Doris is saying good morning. Angela, good morning. Tracy, good morning from Southend. Oh, I love Southend. Jill's saying good morning. Good to see you. Paula saying good morning. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Annette, Paula. Good morning, Dorothy. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Julie. Because she's saying my bank manager is going to be crying again this month. Jackie is saying cannot find the pattern. So there is not a free PDF for this one because I haven't done this one as a kit, or we haven't done the tiara as a USB project. So this is just really just have to follow the video, I'm afraid, for this one, but you can go back and watch it again. It will stay on the Totally Beats Facebook page, and you can sort of rewatch it. It's really easy to do. If you have downloaded one of our 3 instructions as well, the twisting is very similar to that. Mary saying Kitty said no pattern today, so sorry. Chef saying good morning. Louis saying good morning. Thank for your artwork. Help us at the moment. That was Lisa. You're more than welcome. I really do enjoy this as well because it's sort of like my interaction with people outside of my family, and it's just really great to look forward to every single day. So that's your tiara. Now when you do the hair cones, I like to do sort of all sorts of different shapes. So you could do the same as a tiara, just have sort of single ones going along. But what I did for my cousin is, I'll show you, I'm going to start with a crystal. I did a very similar twisting one there, what we did for the trees. So I started off with a long one. Very similarly done with the tree. So I got probably about 3 inches here. I'm gonna cross it over and just hold my thumb probably about ½ inch down and twist my crystal up on there. Then I'm gonna take more of the wire and add another, I'm gonna add a little hematite bead this time, a little 3mm one. Again, fold it over. Now again, I only want maybe just a little bit smaller done. An inch or a centimeter, and again I'm just going to twist this right up. So now I'm creating spikes within the spikes. So really what you're creating here is like what we did with the trees, sort of little twiglets going all the way around. And then you got a couple or 3 or how many branches you want to do, you're gonna twist it together again. Make sure you're twisting the same way, because especially when you're doing this ones, if you're twisting the opposite way where you twisted first, your little end bits, your little spikes can come along. And then I'm going to add another bit. So I'm going to add a heart this time. And you're just sort of going to make it your way all the way down. And what will this give you is not sort of a traditional look of a tiara or a hair cone. This is something what you can, looks really perfect if you got your hair in a bun and then you do this. And I'm gonna build up and have longer bits on one side longer bits on the other side, and just little bits in the middle. So when this sits on your bun, sorry, not your bum, your bun, you can have one side sort of shaped slightly going upwards and the other side sort of slightly going downward, and that just makes sort of a lovely decoration in the back of your head. But that's what all you need to know is twisting your wire, creating little twiglets. With this one I would definitely use 0.4 wire, because you want it sort of a little bit stronger, but you could get away with 0.3 as well. And again, I'm just twisting another crystal on there. I'm doing this in quite a hurry for you because I want to get down sort of the bottom of this. But obviously when you at home, just take your time. Don't rush it, and just create lovely little curls all the way along. Lovely little twists. Just adding one more of this here. Again, I'm just gonna twist it right along. Now it doesn't matter if it looks like a funny shape at this stage, because you're going to come back at the end and you're going to tidy this up and sort of point your ends wherever you want them to go. So that's it. I've done one going all the way down, so then I can go back and tidy it up. So I left the bottom bit a little bit bare, because obviously I'm gonna come with the next one, and that's still gonna sort of sit on top of this. But I think you can see what I mean, that you can create, and that's when you put it in your hair. Take this out. That would sort of stick downwards, and then the other side can stick upwards, and just creates a really lovely hair decoration. So when you finished one sort of whole branch, you will go around the base again with your wire, or even a couple of times if you want to secure it, and then you're going to start your next one. And that's really how easy it is to do, just keeping sort of molding and shaping, doing shorter one and longer ones going all the way along. So that's it really. There is nothing, it's not sort of more difficult. That's all what you need to know. If you have got children, do include them as well. Morning Louise, morning Lisa, morning Natalie, thanks for all you do. It keeps me sane. Chef saying, I purchased these from you. I did one, unfortunately I wasn't tidy as yours. Thank you. Know how to do it now. Oh, you're very welcome, Chef. Chefs makes lovely trees as well. So her twisting is much more neater than my twisting, because she's made so many of them. But that's it really. There is nothing more sort of, you know, there's not really much tricks or trades you can do with it. The only thing I would say, especially when you're making tiaras or you're making the cone as well, I always like to leave my ends at the front, right on the back, so it's never ever gonna poke out and get the scratchy feeling in your head. But even that, just like, you know, you do a little bit of decoration on top of your tiara or anything like, you know, I think it's just really great to wear. But this is probably more of an occasion where you would go out. If you make one of these, again, you could make it quite simple, just with a single row of beads and a few little spikes. That could be sort of everyday wear, or if you go out for a dinner, so they're great as well. So don't forget our offers on the website. We put this lovely hematite hearts. I just love these ones. These are sort of a little bit more unusual shape. So if you look at the one I got in my tiara, that's just sort of a normal heart shape. These ones are got sort of little angles on them, or I'm not really sure how to explain, but they're really really lovely, and they are about 6-7 millimeter in size, so they're the perfect size for tiaras or any other jewelry you want to do. But while we got the offer on the website, do take advantage of it. And there is the 3 millimeter bundle, again 10 strands. This should be £25 and it's down to £15 today. Thanks very much, Simon. You would think, but I haven't got any saying in the pricing in the company as well. That's all down to Simon. So I can ask for sort of, can you put an offer on, please? Or can we do this and can we do that? And half the time he says yes, and half the time he said no. Unfortunately, I can't, but he hasn't really got any saying in my designs either. So I think we make the perfect team. So your crystal bundle is sort of a multicolor 4mm premium bicones. Now the premium bicones are really great because most of the beads are exactly the same size. They got a lovely cut on them, and with the premium bicon you're less likely to get any breakage if you use it with threads. They are really great quality as well. I'm going to be using this tomorrow in my I'm going to do a spiral staircase, and I thought just to sort of thank you and thinking about the NHS, I'm going to make it in a rainbow color with you tomorrow. So tomorrow you're going to need size 8 seed beads, size 11 seed beads, and some lovely 4mm crystals. So that's it for me today. Do join our groups on Facebook because they are really just like-minded people showing off what they've been making on, and you can put pictures of what you've been making. If you need any advice, you can get it, and they can sort of just answer you and get to you. We had some questions about thread the other day, and it was so nice to see you because different people prefer different materials. I prefer simple on myself, but some people prefer fire line, so you can get all that information from different people's point of view. So do join that. You can watch back any of the Facebook lives by going on our website and sort of just scrolling down, and you will see that all of them there. So if you need anything, so unfortunately there's no free PDF today, but we made sure we're giving you some good offers, 3 for 2 on the Tiara bands and on the hair slides as well. So please go on there and have a look and see if you need anything. We're sending out orders as normal, split into 2 teams, and I'm in on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday this week, and last week it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so still operating as normal. So I told you what I said. I'm going to tell you about my accident, what happened last night. So last night we were in bed about 10:30, and I heard this mighty crash, and I thought somebody's fallen down on the stairs. So I very quickly I jumped up and ran out on the landing, and it was all dark, and I ran downstairs and I thought perhaps a bookcase fallen over. And then I'm thinking, well, we haven't got bookcase downstairs which is like freestanding, so basically unfortunately our ceiling in the dining room fallen down. So we will be sort of fixing up, and we'll be redecorating now. It's quite ironic because we said last year we're going to decorate the dining room and we never got around it, and we said like we're definitely gonna do it this year, so now I guess we will have to do it. So yeah, so that's what happened last night. Hopefully they do say things comes in threes, but hopefully we don't have any more happening. So yeah, so we're just gonna have to. It's. I think it was worse. It looked worse than what actually it was, and then we got up and sort of cleaned it up and didn't get to bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, so I think it happens. Like, you know, our house is quite old, so you would expect, like, you know, something happening. Touch wood. Up until now, we never really had anything happen anywhere. So I suppose once in your life, there's something bound to happen to you. Yes, they'll be saying, oh no, good job you wasn't in there. Yes, very good job. I mean, can you imagine if you were sitting there eating dinner, the dinner would have been ruined, I guess. But no, so it's probably about a quarter of the room came down, but it's a really old, it's the like a plaster over wooden battening. So I think we're gonna sort of take it all down and plasterboard it now. So thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any more questions, you can always sort of text me, or you can on Facebook message me, or message the company, or message my page, Kitty Robinson Designs. We can always, like, you know, if you need help with any of the kits, or if you want to know about a technique, I'm always sort of just on the other end and can help you through it. As I said, tomorrow we're going to do spiral staircase. I'm going to do it with these lovely 4mm bicones, so, and size 8 and size 11 seed beads. So if you have some at home, get it out, and then we can do it together. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.